My mic was muted. What's up, guys? This is my first time ever looking at Lightroom, which is pretty cool. Um, I've actually never used Lightroom before. I've used it like on my phone as a free app, but I recently got Lightroom. Someone actually paid for it for me, so shout out to them. Um, Shout out my dad. uh, this is kind of a little present type thing. So yes, I haven't ever used Lightroom before, and I am only familiar with the app that's on my phone. And so, why am I actually doing this? I want to do this number one because, well, Lightroom on computer is a lot better than Lightroom on my phone, and Lightroom is probably the best editing software for photos. Now others might disagree, others might say different things, but I personally think it's one of the best places to edit photos. So let's get right into this. So here, okay, I have some randomly selected photos here. Uh, Gosh, I got nobody on here. What are you guys doing? Come on. Um, Gosh, what am I doing? Let me tell some people to hop on real quick. What are we doing? All right. Let's see here. One second, folks. I am trying to see. I think something might be wrong with the stream. Something's happening. Oh, I just hit 200 subs earlier today. That's nice. Sweet. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. This is my first time ever doing a live. So I am just chilling. Let's see here. All right. Why is that? Hold up, guys. Hold up. I don't know what's happening. Oh my goodness. I cannot figure out. Oh, I didn't upload my thumbnail. That's why it's being dumb. All right. Well, we're just gonna roll with it. All right. We're gonna roll with it. So, all right. So I have one concurrent viewer. Let's go. Hi, viewer. Um, how are you doing today? All right. So basically, I have just gotten Lightroom for the very first time. And I have not used it at all, which is pretty cool. You guys are gonna get the full learning curve experience right here. Because I literally have no idea what I'm doing. So, all right. You're banned. No, not really. Um, All right, so we're gonna look over here. All right, so first off, we gotta start with the basics. Um, get out of my stream. I know you. We're gonna start with the basics, which is to me that is talking about. I'm gonna ban you if you don't shut up. Um, First thing we're doing is probably adjusting the exposure. Exposure is probably the most important thing because it kind of sets you up for everything else. To me, adjusting the lighting is probably the biggest thing when fixing photos. Um, so yeah, we're gonna start off with that. So here we have all the normal sliders. Huh? Why am I blush? I think that's just my camera, buddy. Am I in love? No. I know you. Get off YouTube. Why are you on YouTube and not on Instagram? Since when do you watch YouTube? Oh my gosh. All right. Gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Thanks, guys. So okay, so we had the exposure thing here. We definitely want to. So just for reference, I haven't up. I've uploaded kind of like a few like key example photos that I usually take photos of a lot. Like for example, I have some fireworks here that I always like taking pictures of fireworks. Here we got a cool train over here, which is pretty cool. Has good lighting, which that's not actually the right photo, which I'm gonna have to get the right photo later. Then we have an old Porsche, I believe from the 60s. I'm not totally sure on that. And then we have a train, and it's a cool shot. The only problem is the grain is cooked on here, absolutely cooked. So we just have a different variety of photos, and then over here we have more photos. This photo is absolutely chopped. I don't know why I added this photo. Here's an actual cool photo that I actually took in Guatemala. That's pretty cool. Um, and this one's different because this will help me practice different things like masking. Masking is something that I definitely want to utilize in Lightroom because it's not on the actual app. So I will definitely be using that. I'll be masking this photo. And so yeah, we just have a bunch of different photos that are different examples. Like this one's down the lake. You got these reflections. We just have all different sorts of examples of different photos and things you might edit. So, gosh. So we're just gonna hop right into it. So first off, when we're doing a photo like this, we always want to adjust. I've heard, gosh, I'm not really sure. I know on my phone, I'll usually mess with the curve here a little bit. I believe it's the light curve. And I'm just gonna get this S curve right here because apparently from what a fella told me, let's see, how do you see the before? Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's not the right button. All right. So already I am seeing slight improvement. Uh Gosh, how do I now I gotta look this up. There we go. It's the top result. Backslash. All right. So go back to this window, backslash. Not the right one. There we go. All right, we can already see improvement to like the warmness right here. That's pretty cool. Um, I'm about to restart the stream because I have so much dumb stuff in my chat. So here, I'm not actually getting any actual people because my freaking thumbnail for the stream is not related to what I'm doing at all. It's like a motherboard or something. Bro, stop. Okay. All right, so here's the before, here's the after. The light curve already improves. Oh no, I don't want to leave it. It already improved things like this color right here. I mean, it did bring up the blue, which that wasn't blue in the actual photo. I remember this. It was a while back that I took this photo, but yeah, you can already see that's kind of shown a little bit more. It kind of adds more contrast, if anything. So, but as you can tell, it's a little bit dark. I do want to bring this up a little bit. So I will slowly just bring it up and bring it back down, bring it back up, and just settle it a little bit subtly right there. Um, yeah, I'll just go back and forth like crazy, and then I'll just see what kind of works here. Contrast. How do we like the dark contrast versus the no contrast? We definitely want contrast, but not as much, I don't think. Let's see. You do get a little bit more vision on the car with less contrast. Highlights. The highlights on here, it's cooked a little bit back here. It's a little bit blown out. But if we turn the highlights down, that's not bad actually. Very minor improvements, but pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, just for reference, these are all friends of mine that are all just being not smart at the moment. So just yeah, DJI Avata 2. That's actually really cool name. I like that. I wanted to get one of those, but they're expensive and out of my budget of no money. Oh my gosh. All right. So Mr. DJ, I just totally ignore them, please. All right. Also, sorry for the thumbnail. If the thumbnail was a motherboard, wrong topic, wrong stream. Okay, so let's keep going. So we already have some little things here and there, pretty minor improvements. Shadows. What do we want to do with the shadows? Not too sure what I want to do here. I think I just would like it a little bit brighter here. Oh, also, if you're just coming in, I have a few selected photos here because I just got Lightroom for the first time. And I have like a few different photos from like different scenarios that I've taken pictures of. I had so many photos to freaking export or choose and look at. It should probably be a bit brighter. Maybe it should be, but it already is a bit bright. I don't know. My delay on this is a little bit crazy. I should probably turn the delay down a bit. I'm gonna fix something here real quick on the stream. How do you? Okay, I'm not even gonna try. Chat. All right. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. If you're here to learn, then you're not gonna learn too much. I'm gonna be honest. Sorry. Yeah, if you're here to learn, then you're gonna learn how bad I am at talking. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep going. But I mean, you'll learn with me, I guess. So coming from editing on my phone, because I use Lightroom on my phone. I hate when it's blown out anywhere. And this would be a good time to try masking. This right here. All right. I've seen this. Oh, Lightroom's not responding. Oh, my PC's cooked. All right. So we're going to go to masking because I want to get rid of all of this right here. And hold up one second. All right. I want to get rid of this because it's kind of blown out a bit. And what I mean by blown out, it happens when different areas of your photos have too much light compared to others. Usually that happens when usually when its ISO is not adjusted correctly. But what's a good way to avoid things like that is looking at your histogram, and basically your histogram on your camera. By turning that setting on, you can see whether it's either hitting the roof or the sides. And if it's hitting the roof or the sides, probably messed up an area. It's probably either too dark in some sides, it's probably too bright in some places. But as long as your histogram isn't touching any of the borders except for the bottom, obviously, should be fine. I think for this photo in particular, it was too dark and too bright in some places. But I mean, I was in such a hurry. You know, I was just walking around my camera. I was kind of done taking photos, and I saw this car, and I was like, dude, I gotta take a picture of this car. So, all right. So, I think, let's see, what do each of these gradients do? Apply edits inside an oval shape, creating natural looking effects using the invert button to apply effects. Okay, we're gonna try this one. We're gonna try the radial filter. And we're gonna cover the top of the car just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's not really a tutorial, but sure. What's feather? Oh, okay. It's just adjusting the actual. Okay. So light. Highlights need to go down. Oh yeah, see? That already looks a lot better. Now, turning it this low would look unnatural. Let's see here. Yeah, and then turn the contrast. Like, look how much better that looks. I don't know. I don't know. It might just be me. It's such a random part of the. I'm sorry. I am such a perfectionist. I am literally such a perfectionist. But that was a chance for me to try the radial filter, which is pretty cool. I like the radial filter. Oh, 7 people watching. If you're new to the stream, I got Lightroom for the first time, and I'm trying all the different things that are happening inside of it. Goodness, my stream delay. Oh, I went back down to 5. My stream delay is so bad right now. Okay, we're gonna get back to the normal things here. So let's see, whites. Turn the whites down a little bit. Blacks, we'll keep the blacks up a little bit. Thanks, Joshua Grimson Photography. Um, so yeah. So now we have the colors. And I'm not doing color grading. I'm not that smart yet. That will come in another stream with more photos. So what are we going to adjust with the colors? Like right off the bat, I already like the colors, but it's kind of inconsistent because you kind of have this warm glow over here and then the blue glow from, I believe it was like a street lamp that was behind the photo. So I'm just gonna play around with this real quick. Oh, that's way too yellow. Actually, just a little bit looks a good bit better. I don't know. I am so partial to like warm photos. I'm so partial to warm photos. It is fall season right now, even though it just freaking snowed today, which was crazy. It's like November 10th, and it's snowing. That's crazy for where I live. Let's see the tint. I'm gonna keep that where it is because it's either gonna make it look too purple or it's gonna look too green. Saturation. I don't. If anything, I'm gonna turn the saturation down a little bit. That's a little bit. -7. Then there's effects. This is pretty much just like the app. What kind of photography am I interested in? Thank you for a question. I'm tired of some of these people in the chat. What kind of photography am I interested in? I'm interested really in all photography, I'll be honest. That's a little bit too broad. I'm interested in mainly street photography. I haven't done a lot of it, I'm pretty mixed with um what kind of photography I do. So I've done nature photography, a little bit of car photography, as you're looking at right now. Um, a little bit of street photography, and I've done a wedding, and I've done portraits and stuff for, like, homecoming, and stuff like that for some friends who wanted some pictures. So I've done a mix of a lot of things. I really want to get more into street photography and or car photography. I do not stream on Twitch, but I will at some point because my computer, I don't really know how much it impacts, but I'm pretty sure it's going to impact me a good bit on Twitch on my computer because I'm already struggling just on YouTube. But also, my main audience is on YouTube. So, anyway, back to the question. Um, I really want to get into car photography and street photography. That's what I really enjoy. Um, there's a little bit of a limiting factor of my camera isn't the best in low light scenarios. Um, so yeah. Can we do multi-streaming? Dude, you live in the UK? That's sick. That's actually crazy. I have like 30% of my viewers, like 20 to 30% from the UK, which is pretty cool. Um, yeah, dude. Yeah, I bet. I've heard it's a little bit crazy out there taking photos. Just from YouTubers I've watched, it's a little bit scary. Will y'all stop harassing people? It's a little bit crazy taking pictures out there. I've heard your phones get stolen. I've heard some crazy stuff. Uh, but yeah, street photography is awesome. And what I was doing in this photo was some street photography, and I looked at this car and I was like, "Yo, this car is sick." So, yeah, dude, that's the kind of photography I'm interested in. It's like another thing is like when you're doing that, you get to meet new people, which is sick. Meeting new people is great, except when it's awkward. So, all right, I'm getting totally sidetracked. Keep asking questions though. I love it. All right, texture. Do we want to change the texture? I do like that. Looks like that to me. So when you boost up the texture and clarity, it's so easy to tell when it's edited. Right now, you can't really tell. I mean, you maybe if you were a pro and you saw my radio filter up here, you would probably notice that it's been edited. Um, but if you crank up the texture and the clarity, basically any of these effects, if you mess with them too much, it's gonna look super edited. But I do like how it does make the light on the edges here pop a bit more because, again, adding more texture, which is what the effect is. Clarity. What does clarity change? Clarity changes, um, I believe how light is perceived. It's like the light depth almost. It adds clarity to the photo. If you want something, if you want your subject that's already in focus to be more clear, if you want shapes to be recognized more, you tend to want to turn clarity up. But if you want your photo looking a bit more dreamy or more like chill vibe, like, campfire or some nature photography, um, or portraits, really. Sometimes you want portraits to have a little less clarity. You can turn this down, which adds kind of a dreamy look and gets rid of all the edges. But then clarity turned up looks like that. And it gives shapes a little bit more of a feel. But since we turn texture up, I do like how the light is a bit more diffuse with the less clarity. Ah, dude, yeah. Yeah, long exposure with street photography is sick. Dude, especially like, in America, we don't really have, I don't know. I've seen like a lot of videos of where like people will um do like long exposure of like trains or like lots of buses and stuff like that. In the UK and other countries, we don't really have that. At least where I am, and in general, we don't have a too much of that stuff. And that looks really cool. Another thing is like just long exposure of cars is pretty cool. I definitely like that. Um, the long exposures that we have coming next, man, this stream's pretty long. I think we're just gonna do these right here. But these are long exposures with fireworks, and those are pretty cool. Which that's not the right photo that I to export, but yeah, facts. But yeah, nighttime definitely for long exposure. Nighttime is just amazing for lights. That's why this photo looks pretty decent. Not my best, definitely not my best, but it's not bad. But the light, you know. All right, I like how this photo turned out. I think maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit of vignette just to give the center more center. Dehaze. Dehaze basically makes how diffuse the light is, I believe. At least that's from what I discovered. Um, so yeah, we're gonna turn that down just a little bit. Other than that, denoise. We're gonna turn okay. Oh, also 35 millimeter. I love that lens. I don't personally have one, but someone has let me use a 35 mil, and it's great, especially when it has like the lower aperture. You can really get a really good um bokeh on some of your photos. That looks sick. All right, this photo is crooked. I did not know that. Not gonna lie, I did all these photos in such a rush. This whole stream is a rush, but we're just working with it. But yeah, 35 millimeter is definitely my like best for. Ooh, dude, Sony A7 III. Dude, that's like that's the camera I want to get, dude. I'm rocking two cameras. Video camera is what I'm streaming on right now, which is Sony ZV-F1. It has slightly better stabilization. Um, slightly better in low light, slightly better bit rates when recording. Photography camera. I currently use a Canon Rebel T8, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst. Oh, I got people talking in the background. Yeah, it's not the best, not the worst, but hey, it's a camera. Any camera is better than no camera. But I get the occasional opportunity to use better Nikon cameras. Um, I've had the opportunity to use a Sony FX3 as well as a Sony a7 IV, which, you know what, I'll just give a quick shout out. Longfellow Productions. He has a YouTube channel. He makes awesome stuff, better than mine. Oh, dude, they are so expensive, dude. Oh, what's happening? I'll be. One second, guys. Gotta take a little break here. We're back. Back in this. I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. I don't really need headphones. I'm not listening to anything. Let's see. Cannons are great. Yeah, I like Sony better. I've used Sony. I like Sony better, but that's okay. I mean, all I have is a Canon, but yeah. Um, yeah, Sonys are definitely great. I want to get an A7 III, um, but I don't know if that's gonna happen because I don't really have the money for that. Not yet, anyway. Um, in case you didn't know, and in case you haven't seen my channel, I sell computers on the side. I've sold multiple, but only made a video about one. Um, but yeah, that's cool. That's kind of how along with my job, that's how kind of how I make side money. But my job, I don't work too many hours, so. But yeah, Canon 550D. Yeah, I mean, solid starter camera for sure. I mean, any camera's better than no camera. Anyway, I was saying earlier, shout out to Longfellow Productions. He's the guy who gave me my camera. He started on the Canon T8 and did some business and stuff with it because it's not a bad photography camera, I'll be honest. Um, and then real quick, we're just gonna skip to this photo because I'm kind of running out of time. um, I got plans, dude. I did not expect this to go 30 minutes already. Because I just love talking to you guys. I've gotten so sidetracked because talking to you guys, which is great. Yeah, shout out Longfellow Productions because he's the one who gave me that camera, as well as his camera. Which I had already had money to buy a camera equivalent to the Canon. Um, Maybe a little bit better, but I mean, free camera is better than spending money on a camera. Because he had upgraded to an A7 IV at the time. This past year, he just got an FX3, which is sick. I don't know where his money comes from, but he has more money than I do. And he's doing a lot more. He has his own photography business, does videography for YouTube on the side. Go check him out at Longfellow Productions, all one thing. If you look in my channel description, there's a link to his channel. Go check that out. All right, we're gonna skip right to this photo because it's an interesting photo. I was at this cool historical park, and they have a train that runs through the whole park, which is sick. Um, and so one thing right off the bat, there's a reason why I want to do this photo in particular, is because it was so dark outside. Bro, what? Why are we debating DJI drones in chat? I have a DJI Mini. DJI Mini 2? Not sure. I'm not sure what I have. I haven't used that thing in forever. My dad mainly uses it for his work stuff. So, anyway, I chose this photo in particular because it is absolutely cooked. Look at that. That photo is cooked, chopped even. Yeah, that photo is just completely cooked. So I wanted to try the famed denoise filter. And why is it so? Why have I heard people talking about it? Because it's really good. Apparently, it makes it look really, really good. Get all right. Oh gosh, I can tell that's. Oh my goodness, let me zoom in, please. I mean, that looks a lot better. Dang, actually, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. um, yeah, anyway, yo, what's good, dude? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Um, right now I'm editing, unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately. I might have time for one more. I'm editing a photo. It's my first time trying Lightroom. Very first time. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm trying out the denoise filter right now. And I gotta say, it's pretty good. It is a pretty good filter, if I do say so myself. What happens if you just turn it up? Oh, that's really smooth. here's my thing. I don't like it when it's super smooth, and I know you can kind of compensate with clarity, but I don't know. Another thing about this photo is why did it export in such low quality? I just noticed that. Like that's not very. Oh, I keep scrolling to zoom in. Yeah, these more image texture I've noticed. It looks a bit clinical. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm noticing. It's pretty smooth, but I just want to try it out because compared to the other one, it's cooked, absolutely cooked. But I mean, this one, it's I like it. It looks like a cool, like mysterious type photo. Default Photos app, editing system is Apple's default Photos app. Is editing system is leagues ahead of Lightroom. Are you just trying to rage bait people? Are you trying to rage bait, Mr. Matthew? Are you trying? Golly, holy rage bait. Not falling for that. All right, we're gonna give it a little bit of S curve here. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I've just heard just do it. Do it before you do anything else, and see if the colors are too cooked. But yeah, I'm just gonna do quick little editing of this. It looks a lot better. It does. I mean, I can add more texture, which makes it look a little bit more goofy. I think we'll just leave it at that right there. All right, exposure. What are we messing with here? That's too bright. We're gonna leave. I kind of like the fact that they're so bright because there's so much fog in this photo. Which I think is pretty cool. Dude, I don't remember. This was a photo from last year. I just have a bunch of photos that are on one computer and that aren't on this computer, and so I was too lazy to get a drive to put them all on. So these are all photos from last year, and you kind of I think you missed to talk about what camera I have. I have a Canon T8, so it's very limited on. You can click the info on the bottom right. Thanks, dude. Info. ISO 6400. Holy, what was I thinking? Holy. What lens was I using? Oh, okay. The quality isn't terrible, but I'm just gonna apologize for this photo. Shutter speed 125, 5.6. What was I thinking? ISO 6400. What are we doing? I don't know who took that photo. I'm just saying. I'm gonna listen to this while I do stuff, man. Sweet, dude. I hope my voice isn't annoying to you. Howard, thanks for the tip. Like, bro, you're coaching me right now. All right, that's cool. Aperture 5.6. Why wasn't I using? Maybe I didn't have that lens at the time. I have a 50 mil 1.8, which this would have been better for. Yeah, I don't know why I took this photo like this. I don't know why it's at 6400 ISO. That's okay. I saved it a little bit, but it still looks kind of. But you know what? We're just trying. We're just trying this out. These are not my best photos. This is my first time on Lightroom, but that's okay. We are just learning. F2? Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's a prime lens. It's a 50 mil 1.8. So, but honestly, F2, I mean, F2 is good. F2 is really good. Yeah, don't hate on yourself for that. But which I'd rather have a 35 mil if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, dude, F2 is fine. That's great. 1.8 aperture. If you don't mind me asking, Howard, what camera do you use? What camera do you use, dude? Was this shot with a Pro Miss? No. So that train, up here it had so much fog on top, or I guess smoke, steam, whatever. Yo, howdy. Dude, I'm getting 7 people. This is cool. First stream. I wasn't expecting much, I'm gonna be honest. Um, got a Nikon Z6 II with a Z7 II right now. I am not too familiar with those. A Z6. I think I know someone of those. Dude, I'm not familiar with Nikons at all. Gonna be honest. Yeah. That look is great. Yeah, dude, it's sick. There was a bunch of fog on top of the steam already being there from the train, and so just combination just really diffused the light. All right, so let's adjust the whites here. Oh, that's too much. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like editing my photos too much. I know it's in this case, it's a necessity, but um. most of the times, both mirrorless D6s. Dang, 48 megapixel. Dang. Both mirrorless, yeah. Mirrorless cameras better. Well, that's kind of bias of me, but any camera you have is the best camera. Uh, yeah, both mirrorless. Z6 is 24 megapixels and Z7 is 48 megapixels, 47.6. Yeah, dude, those are great cameras. Yeah, mine's 24 megapixels. Not the best sensor in the world. Mine's a DSLR. But yeah, dude. I'm not a huge camera nerd. I'll say that. I'm not big on the specs. I mean, I know 48 megapixels is better than 24 megapixels, and I know full frame sensors are better than CMOS sensors. And DSLR and mirrorless are better than DSLRs, and I know kind of how it works, but I don't know too much about specs. All right. I think we're gonna call it for this photo. I'm actually gonna go to the other batch that I had, and I wanted to mess with this photo. This photo better subjective to what you need. Mirrorless is mostly subjective as far as I know. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely subjective. I mean, personally, I've gotten the chance to use. Oh my goodness, I forget what Nikon that was. They told me it was mirrorless. I have no idea what it was. I took a few photos on my friend's camera. That was a Nikon. Um. But I've also used a Sony A7 IV and a Sony FX3, and I know those are crazy mirrorless cameras. Because I haven't really used. Was it a giant thing? I mean, it's been a big debate for a while. I mean, technically, we're still in the big transition between DSLR and mirrorless, I think, just from what I've seen online. It's pretty big. It was massive. It was a massive one when it's the Z9, which is nuts. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's kind of hard to compare a Canon T8 to a Sony A7 IV. That's kind of unfair to the DSLR gang, but I personally like mirrorless better. Also, it's also super random, but I also like EVS better than regular mirror viewfinder. That's always nice, because you're actually seeing what you get. Honestly, I love my 1DX over my R8. Ooh, R8, because the feel and heft, even though the R8 is better in every way. That is one thing I do agree on. The feel of a camera is a lot better than, not a, it's not always a lot better. A feel of a camera is really good compared to, like, I don't know. Like, I really don't like using the Sony ZV-F1. I primarily use it as a video camera because I hate the way it feels because I got kind of big hands. And yeah, I definitely do like my Canon T8 because it's a lot bigger. Even though I think technically the ZV-F1 is mirrorless, technically a little bit better in low light, technically. In the color science, not sure how that compares to Canon. Yeah, true. Seeing exposure in real time does help until you're doing long exposure with ND filters and can't see anything through the EVF. Dude, I didn't think about that. I, dude, I did not think about that. That's how what I like to be. Yeah, dude, I did not think about that. That is a good point. um, yeah, that's a good point. Cause my next camera, I'm hoping I'm like halfway there. Saving for about a month now. Um, yeah, dude, ND filters are sick. One thing I've been saving up for right now, took about a month, halfway there, is a Sony A7 III, which that is not firm at all. It's just something that someone has highly recommended me. Because they have used the A7 III and they have an A7 IV, and so they say the A7 III is best bang for buck. I don't quite believe them on that. I'm gonna continue to do my own research on that. There's settings you can change on EVF. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, I've seen that. When my friend uses with the A7 IV. Oh dang, you guys are just having a whole conversation without me, man. I feel left out. I know most can turn that off though and not apply exposure settings. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I feel like the benefit of taking the time to adjust the EVF to see through the ND filters is worth it to have an EVF. I think it's a lot better. Maybe. Um, I don't know. The regular viewfinders are fine though. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you just have to like if you don't have an EVF, use your histogram. You know. If you don't really know what settings to use the histogram. That's always a big thing. Like it was kind of like unlocking something in a sense. It was kind of like adding to the inventory. Just looking at the histogram, exposure meter. Facts, dude. Uh, it was just I don't know. It was like because you don't really think about it until like someone tells you about it. If you don't really know what the histogram is, you have no idea what it is. But when someone finally told me about it and I looked up like how to use it, it was a game changer. That was a while back, but still. But sometimes I just eyeball it. Yo, 12 people, dude. 12 people, sick. This is my first live stream, dude, and I'm already popping off with 10, 12 viewers. I just wish I freaking fixed my thumbnail, dude. On a harsh sunny day, trying to get good exposure with DSLR sucks, dude. It makes me double the time than my mirrorless. I 100% agree. I 100% agree, except when I'm using variable ND. That always helps. I mainly work in videos, so honestly, I don't use my EVF that much because of the external monitors. But when I do shoot stills, I honestly need my EVF over an OVF. Yeah, facts. Having a monitor is great. When I borrowed my friend's camera, when I used it for a little bit, he had a monitor on his. That was pretty cool. Just getting I mean, the on-body screen is just never good enough for me. Also, in case you guys haven't noticed so far, I'm a huge borrower. I borrow things a lot. All right, so yeah. So yeah, dude. Working in video, dude. I want to work in video. I want to make some short films here pretty soon. If you didn't know, the friend I've been talking to about a lot, not the one. There's a bunch of friends I have. Try not to give anything away. But one of my friends who has the A7 IV and the FX3, they have a channel called Longfellow Productions. Look up Longfellow Productions. Longfellow is one word. The reason why they're called Longfellow because they're 6'8" and tall. Check them out because he's the one who gave me my camera. He is awesome. He got me started on photography 2 years ago. Has me hooked on it ever since. He does kind of doesn't do short form content like I do, which I don't really do that much nowadays. But he does some cool stuff. So go check out him. First video I would watch from him is his first year photography video. It's an older video that he has. But yeah, he's cooking up something. He's cooking up his biggest video right now. 6'8" is average. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell him he said that. What's your name? Heywo? Alright, I'm gonna tell him you said that. Alright. Oh, I'm not loading the exposure. Alright, you guys keep chatting with me. I love this. I love talking to people. It's awesome. I'm gonna try the masking one more time. Or not one more time, I'm gonna use it if I get the chance on more photos. I'm gonna have to cut the stream pretty abruptly. Just sub to him. Thanks, dude. I'm gonna tell him I sent you over. He has some cool stuff. All right. All right. Sorry, I'm brain rotted. That's awesome. 6'7", dude. Okay. I'm 6'3". Might be still going. Okay, everyone can agree on me with this. 7 people watching. Dude, the like 99% of photographers are all tall. They're all tall. Every photographer I know is tall. If they're guys, you know, if they're girls, then I don't know. They're usually I don't really. All the girls are pretty normal height, but dude, all guy photographers are so freaking tall. They're all tall. The shortest one I know is like 6'1", maybe. And yeah, dude, he's still tall. Hey, you're the 1%. I said 99. Okay, what am I doing? You guys keep asking questions. I'm gonna keep answering them because I'd rather talk than edit photos. So, radial gradient. But yeah, dude, most photographers are tall. Whoa, what the heck? Start here in the middle. What the heck, dude? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, dude. Yeah, this is my first live, and I already got 6 people, and I got a bunch of chill dudes talking. You're okay with that? Just watching me edit? All right. That's chill. All right, let's turn the exposure down. Already looking good. I don't want to turn this down so much. Yeah, facts. Do you know the SpongeBob meme where his brain just like locks it like plugs in and locks in? That's how I feel right now. Talking to people about photography. Dude, I watch too many memes, dude. All right. I do. Okay. And if I'm 6 foot, then I'm pretty much 6'1". And if I'm 6'1", I'm pretty much 6'5". Facts, dude. You seen the meme where the guy added an inch to his height? Like, what was it? He had an inch to his height every time he updated his driver's license. And he ended up at being like 6'5" before they told him he couldn't. My brain in Lightroom is like the SpongeBob scene when everything's on fire in his brain. Facts. Or like the I'm fine meme. That's an old meme. It's like a GIF now. You would low-key cook in a podcast. Dude, facts. I could talk forever about the most random stuff. I should start a photography podcast. Dude, you're cooking. Dude, you're cooking, Mr. Matthew. All right. I think I like that radio how it is because I'm already going to mess with the other settings normally. Actually, I'm going to turn that up a little bit and then turn the highlights down. That doesn't look quite right. Not another white guy podcast. Dude, we have too many white. I agree. We have too many white guy podcasts as it is. Dude, the backtrack of podcasts I have from just the sheer amount of people asking me to do podcasts is insane. Real quick, I just want to make sure I'm right on this assumption, but you do want to start with a little bit of an S curve here, right? Because you guys seem pretty knowledgeable. You guys seem pretty smart. I forgot to adjust the stream delay though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it and see what you guys say. That red does not look. I'm trying to think back when I took this photo. Fun fact about this photo: I went to Guatemala, like most random side quest possible. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've heard some people say they're unnecessary. Some people say it's the first thing you do. That's usually what I do. Facts. I mean, I think it makes it look more cinematic. Yeah, I think I do like how it makes the whole thing pop a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've heard it's necessary for some people. I do like how the colors do pop though. It does give it a little bit more. It doesn't look too edited too. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think this looks, I don't know. I'm the person who took the photo, so I obviously know when it's edited, but yeah. So also guys, random tangent, but if you haven't watched any of my content, Loki, what? It really, yeah, facts. Yeah, you can see the end of the hallway a lot better. Low key. It's only 1080 by 1620? Why is my ISO up again? Oh, I had to use a different lens. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot to bring my prime lens that time. Which I was wondering why I was looking a bit noisy. I ain't blind, but I can't see S-curves in my workflow that much. Yes, sir. Okay, okay. How is this #1 fan thing done? Is it just like whoever comments the most? I've been wondering about that. I don't really watch streams at all. I don't really know who watches streams. I haven't really met someone who like unironically watches like, I don't know, I Show Speed or Kai Cenat or any of those other guys. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Sick, dude. So yeah, what do you guys think is left to edit on this? You know what? I think there's more that needs to be edited, but I want you guys to put something in the chat. What do I need to change about this? And don't say just turn it white or turn it, I don't know, turn it black or something. It has to be a real suggestion. Also, guys, random side tangent I tried to say earlier, but put Darth Vader at the end of the hall. This is Lightroom. This isn't Photoshop. Make the light red. If you add 70% sharpness, we're gonna do that right now. 70% sharpness. Maybe temperature a bit warmer, a little texture, and highlights slightly down maybe. That's literally exactly what I was thinking. I just wanted you guys to say it. Let's see. Yeah, temperature a bit warmer. Yeah. Yeah. I like this, like, is, oh my goodness, I don't remember how old it was. Like a 400-year-old ancient church in the old capital of Guatemala. Holy side quest. Did you see the new thing they are adding where you can add light sources and put it in something like a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern? That's actually sick. A new light source. That could be cool. Add 2-stop exposure. Two-stop exposure. What do you mean by two-stop exposure? Just add like this, or like bring it all the way up here. Two-stop exposure. Do you mean like point to or this? Cause that's crazy. All right, what was I doing? A temperature. I like it where it's at. All right, where were we at? Dude, that looks so much better. The ancient temple vibes are awesome. 100% grain. Heck no. Little texture and highlight slightly down. Yeah. Yeah, dude, this is looking good. You guys are. Ooh, sorry guys. I think you guys might be lagging. That's what YouTube's telling me. That's my bad, guys. Let's see. Let's check the time here. Where am I at? Fortnite ruins vibes. Fortnite. Where do you see Fortnite? I mean, hey, I be playing sometimes on the side with some buddies. Also, a cool feature I just started using was the community tab to share my edits. Yeah, there is a community tab on the phone app too, which is where I came from. Let's see. Make your curve look like a W. No. Not doing that. All right, dude. I like how this photo turned out. We're going to keep that how it is. I think it's not quite right. You're only a few seconds behind, I think. It says it's not smooth, though. So, W curve. Yeah, dude. W curve. Look at that. Mwah. All right. So, next photo, we're going to do just kind of playing with Lightroom a bit more. Yeah, I don't like that photo. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went through and just like dumped a few random photos. I was like, you know what? Dude. Probably should have, because I did this stream just totally random. What was this shot at? 6400. That's right, because this was my first Christmas shoot, wasn't it? That's cool. The nostalgia is wild. All right, what was this shot at? I like these settings, except the F10 is, that was on auto. This is also one of my first pictures. I'm not making the curve W unless that's an actual. What the heck? What the heck? Dude, I don't think this is it, dude. I don't think this is it. Oh gosh, I'm cooking this photo. Hold up. Select. No. Whatever, it's fine. Delete control point. There we go. We're doing this temporarily. If it's not good, I mean, if it's, oh my gosh. Holy cooked. This is actually cooked. All right, for the few people that, okay, yeah, we're not keeping that. Oh, goodness. And this is why we love Control Z. All right. Sorry, buddy. Had to change it back. It's not art. All right. We're going to go with the S-curve here. Sorry if you guys are getting totally bored with me. All right. We are going to keep that. Not cooked, baked, then cooked, baked. Gosh, cooked, baked, then deep fried. Also, if there's any new people in the stream, because I don't really know who's on now, because the only person chatting is this kid who likes to cook photos, and the other kid who, why am I assuming you're a kid? We got two guys. Okay, so we got two people who aren't chatting. If you're new to the stream, We got 3 people in the stream. If you're new to the stream, this is my first time checking out Lightroom, and I am sharing what I know, and you guys are sharing what you know with me if you want to, or you can just watch me cook some photos. So this is one of the first photos I ever took on my camera. Why do I like this photo? Why do I want to try it? Because the sky is absolutely cooked. Okay. So, all right. So you can automatically scan the sky. There you go. And then just boom. That's not right. Still not right. Hang on. Before we do the sky, age. Okay. Who even are you guys? Who even are you guys anymore? All right. We're going to turn down the main exposure, which contrast probably. Yeah, I agree. We're just going to do that. Not gonna lie, I mostly did this stream because I'm bored. That's all right. Yeah, we don't even need to edit the sky, I'm gonna be honest. But it did do a good job masking it, which is cool to know. Good to know. I want Lightroom for this photo. It's cool. Now, the exposure was right too. Probably bring the exposure down, contrast up a bit, and dehaze. You're right, twin. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe turn. You're right. Contrast up a bit. Oh. Oh, yeah. Good point, dude. Dehaze. My bad, guys. My internet sucks. Sorry, guys. All right. I like that photo. So mainly I did this for nostalgia, but also I just like the reflection, and I kind of wanted to just, let's see. Let's find something to use the remove filter on. Find a way. Okay. We're not trying it now. We're going to try a different photo. Let's try this one. There's a lot going on. This was when I was in Guatemala. It's kind of a cool photo. Not too bad. Am I still frozen? Let's check OBS. Oh. I'm gonna double check something real quick, guys. Just making sure. Oh no. Am I frozen for you guys? Is my screen frozen? I need to know. Dang it, my camera disconnected. Oh shoot. Well, I guess you guys just aren't gonna see me for a while. Disconnect that. All right. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna try. Now we're gonna try. You guys really just sticking it with me here. I am so bad at this. You're good, bro. Keep the stream going. I will. Oh, you're the guy who's just listening. Yeah, dude. You don't even have to watch. All right, so we're gonna try it with this lady right here because I don't want her in the picture. Remove. Actually, hang on. Oh, that's just the size of this pencil here. All right. We're going to see what happens. AI. I don't like AI, I'm going to be honest. Hot take. I think AI shouldn't be able to generate images. I think they can edit images. I think they can take away things in images. I don't think they should be able to add. That's not bad. You know what? Just for the sake of it, just for the sake of it, we're gonna take away all that. Yeah, dude. I don't like AI. Oh no. Yep, I want those people back. What is this? Heal. Is this like, oh, okay, you can just add it back. Lovely. I agree. So, what do I hate about this picture? It's not a bad picture. Actually, let me grab another picture from this photo shoot. Oh, nah, it's on my phone. It's on my other computer and my phone. That's how I got it on here. Um, yeah, what I don't like about this photo, it is so blown out right here. AI has been allowing people to remove my watermark and steal my images. Dude, that sucks. That actually sucks. I am actually so sorry to hear that. AI stealing your taking away the watermark. Dang. I thought that was a big no-no for AI. That's crazy. Dude, I'm so sorry. RIP. Yeah, they can upscale, which I like. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Uh, we're gonna start with a radial gradient here. Oh, no. Can I do a gradient or a radial filter? Oh, oh, help me, please. We're just gonna leave the lady there. I give up. It's pretty bad, but I just think of it the other way. If someone ever wanted your images, they'd find a way anyway. That's true. Yeah, I've lost so much because of it. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was originally pretty hesitant about, yeah, facts. Pirates be pirates. That's why I was a little bit hesitant, honestly, to do photography and stuff like that as a YouTube channel, because it's, kind of scary how good AI is, especially with the new Sora stuff. The new Sora stuff is insane. Like, I'm gonna post a video sometimes this week of um one of the things, I made a video of a typical style short that I make, and it looks so good, and it sounds just like me. It sounds just like me. It's insane. You guys can never know. I could be AI. I could be AI right now. All right, what am I doing? Gosh, you guys are so distracting. All right, now please keep talking. Size. All right, we're just gonna. Hmm. Interesting. All right. So then I'll go to exposure, turn that down. Oh, that's not helping. Chat, we're not doing that. We're not doing this photo. Yeah, it's just too blown out, man. Last time I attempted to edit this because I sent the photo of these two who I know. Yeah, it was still cooked. All right, let's go back to the other batch. Fireworks. I like fireworks. Not gonna lie. I like taking pictures of them. I like editing them. We don't distract. We attract your attention to us. Yeah. You're right. um, I really like this photo because it was my first and only time, unfortunately, because I just haven't gotten a chance. I mean, I have some long exposure car photography, but this is my only time really doing long exposure photography. This one was a lot longer of a photo. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna try to get sick, dude. Kind of exposing yourself a little bit there, Matthew. Whatever. They don't know where we live. You guys aren't gonna dox us. Yeah, Matthew's one of my friends. He's that shortest photographer I mentioned. But he's not short at all, which is funny. All right. So what do I want to do with this photo? S-curve maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit here. Make the colors a bit more vibrant. Hey, I said you're not that short. I just said you happen to be the shortest photographer I know. Yeah. You're right. I don't think they're coming all the way over here. All right. So, maybe turn the highlights down a bit because it kind of looks like lasers. Got some Star Wars vibes. I think that might be turning down because I still like the rawness of the photo. I still like it when it looks just like the original photo. That's pretty cool. I like getting a good photo the first time, and I have some of those on my other computer. Short King's twin or Short King's win. Sorry, got the twin autocorrect going. Contrast. Cause the exposure, I'm gonna be honest, maybe don't change. Contrast. Does look interesting, but I'm not gonna change the contrast too much. Whites. I think I might just want to boost them a little bit more just to give it more of a glow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just trying out different stuff. I like turn up the reds. Yeah, I was gonna do that. Well, yeah. And then giving those a little bit more. Another thing I like about long exposure, is that it's just cool. Like not a lot of people do it. There's not a ton. No, not changing temperature. I want to keep the raw. Color mixture. All right, I said I wasn't gonna get a color grading, but I guess we are. Thanks a lot, Matthew. All right. We don't want to cook the reds. We don't want to turn the reds yellow. Luminance. Yeah, that's weird. More on the whites. Yeah. I was told in a group chat to come watch the stream, bro, and you're pretty chill. Facts, dude. I am pretty chill. I'm a chill guy. Low key, just a chill guy. What a throwback. Man, I don't know. My boy Howard has to come in with the clutch. I think he might be the smartest one in the stream right now. Other than Matthew. Yeah, he probably did. Josh probably did advertise. Josh is one of my weirder friends, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. What's wrong with the photo? I don't know. Yeah, it's just nothing's wrong with the photo. I mean, I like the photo. Oh, you're asking like what's wrong with the help? Oh, I was just seeing if you had any suggestions, dude. You're a smart guy. Seem like a smart guy. That's how I know about the stream law. Yeah, bro. I should hire Josh as my manager. Another random side tangent. If you guys are interested in seeing more content, I will be doing more content here really soon. Honestly, school and work, and because my work is weird. Not gonna say what it is, but I mean, a bit of texture with stuff like this always looks nice. Those little lines will look a bit sharper. Yeah, you're right, twin. Yeah, we could turn the texture, turn the clarity up a little bit. Yeah, get the lines a bit more of a feel, you know what I'm saying? Also, a long exposure, like the fireworks were shot in this order. Oh, wait, no. I forget. Was it this order or this order? I forget. But they didn't shoot all at once. I don't think. If I'm remembering that correctly, it was New Year's of 2 years ago. Gosh, I had the most random photos on this computer. No, New Year's last year. Yeah, what am I thinking? Yeah, so vignette. We don't need vignette on these type of photos. Denoise. Nope, it looks fine. Sharpen. Yeah, we'll sharpen it a little bit. Give it a little bit of sharp. All right. Nice. Honestly, I'm not. I'm just editing these just because I want to. Not really putting them anywhere. Fireworks are fun to do long exposure. But I missed my chance last week. Yeah. Wait a second. What was last week? Am I dumb? What was last week? I don't know. I'm just dumb. All right. Maybe you just had something going on last week. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a holiday that happened last week. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, by the way, Howard, what time is it for you? Because it has to be pretty late for you right now. That's the wrong one. Hold up. I have the better version of this photo on my PC. If my PC would work. Oh, okay. That's sick. Yeah, that's what I thought. 1 a.m. Gosh. I'm tired right now. It's 8 o'clock for me. East Coast, dude. What in the world? Why? Okay, I guess we're just not. I guess File Explorer is just not gonna work. All right, let's fix this one. I guess. So first thing I'm gonna do, dude, was my ISO. I Why was my ISO stuck on 6400 that night? I don't understand. Why did I not have it different? Maybe it was too dark. Oh, because I didn't have the right lens. That's right. At the time, I didn't have my 1.8 aperture lens, and so the lowest thing I had was 5.6, which is rough. Yes, sir, dude. Thanks for joining the stream. If I know you IRL, I don't know what your YouTube name is, so DM me. DM me if you can get my number somehow. Yeah, dude. See you. Anyway, as I was saying, um, earlier, content is gonna happen pretty soon here. Um, how do I zoom in? Am I dumb? 2.8 is all you need. Yeah, at the time I was working with, what was I working with? 4.0. I think that was my lowest. I think my lowest was 3.5. But the difference between 3.5 and even 2.8 is kind of big. I don't know. To me, it's big. But if I, was standing more still, adjusted my shutter speed, could have gotten a better one. But I mean, I'll be honest, the learning curve of photography is just like, I mean, I know so much more than I did a few months ago. Like that Guatemala trip I went on, random side quest. That taught me a lot about like daytime lighting. Which next stream I'm gonna edit some more photos from that because oh yeah, with a full frame it's gonna be a lot better. Um, See you, dude. Um, see you, dude. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat here. Yeah, with full frame, it's definitely gonna be better. I don't have a full frame, unfortunately, so I have an older Well, 2018 is old. Gosh, I guess that is old. That's 8 years. Almost 8 years ago. Golly, holy, guys, 2018 was almost 8 years ago. Golly. Um. So okay, first off, I'm gonna start with what gets rid of reflections. I've edited this video before, and when I edited it, when I did it correctly, it turned out pretty good. Man, I still got 3 viewers. Cool. It turned out pretty good, and I believe that was a while back. What I did was smaller S curve here. Um, yeah, I did a smaller S curve here. Who's chatting? Yeah, not too much. I know if you what am I trying to say here? There's a little bit you can do. I mean, there's not really much you can do. Oh, that's a little bit. I'll just keep it where it is and turn highlights down. Yeah. I know the contrast can help a little bit. You're still gonna see it. Exposure also doesn't really help. But yeah, there's nothing you can really do about reflections. It's gonna be there, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. Still, like it's got like an old timey caboose vibe. I'm gonna throw denoise on here real quick. I'm gonna turn it down though, cause I ain't trying to have a picture that looks like glass. Who is texting me? All right, guys, we're gonna fix up this photo and then we're gonna head out. This will be heading towards the end of the stream. Yeah, I don't really have. Yeah, yeah, I don't have it. So it's like, yeah. Yeah, I have a severe lack of filters and things in general to help out with reflection and things like this. Cause the only filter I have is an ND filter. And it's for where's that lens? Let me dust it off real quick because I don't want people to see how dusty my lens is. This lens has kind of been sitting here for a while because I haven't done well other than the other day. But that was on 50 mil. Anyway, this is my 18 to 200. Yeah, 18 to 200 f3.5. It's a variable f-stop though. When it's fixed, when there's a little adjustment thing here, because none of you guys are on Canon, so little adjustment thing here that locks lens in. When it's locked, you're able to get all the way down to 3.5. When you zoom it in, it's gonna go 5.6 minimum. I don't know why. I don't know why they couldn't have just made it a better quality lens. Whatever. But yeah, this is my main go-to lens for certain things. For and this was one of those things that I did. That's why. Let's see, what was it? It was 18 mil, right? Yeah, 18 mil. Yeah, this was the one I. Oh, it's 4. It's not 3.5. What am I saying? Yeah. So I only have an ND filter for this lens. So this is why this is my main go-to for like weddings and portraits and stuff like that. In the daytime. My main go-to portrait is a 50 mm 1.8, obviously. But if it's too bright outside, I do have to carry this thing around with me. Because I like more balanced settings, especially. I forget what brand my ND filter is. because somebody else gave me that one. Dude, I'm like a donation box. I have bought a few things though. I have bought quite a few things for photography. So yeah, I only have an ND filter for this type of lens size, 72 millimeter. And it's a good variable ND filter, that I use for bright situations. So, all right, aspect. We're gonna keep it how it is, I guess. All right, so it's the only way to zoom in like that. Interesting. Hmm. We're gonna line it up as best we can here because I do want to zoom in a little bit. Last two guys sticking with me. Thanks for sticking with me. I think I'm gonna end it right here, guys. It was awesome talking to you guys. Probably not gonna make this a full video just because of how unplanned and boring it was. You can use geometry below to get the window to clear. All right. All right. Hmm. What am I doing? Let's see here. All right. Yeah. Using I think it's auto upright. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. Cause I watched like a little video about this beforehand. Haven't actually used Lightroom, but yeah. Well, until now. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the stream right here. Thanks for joining in. Hour 33, not a bad stream. Next time I will be doing a longer stream. Yeah. By the way, big shout out, favorite guy on the stream right now, Mr. Howard over here. W guy, thanks for tuning in, dude. Thanks for tuning in, everybody else. One person just joined. Sorry, dude, I'm ending the stream. Yeah, dude, thanks. You too, dude. Come back again. So yeah, end of the stream. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, you can obviously subscribe, turn on notifications, things like that. Next time I will be doing something similar to this, but planned. Number one, planned. Number two, with my main photos, which will be cool. I just like messing with random photos. So yeah, I like playing around. I'm a guy who plays around a lot. So anyway, yep, end of the stream. I will be posting at least one video this week. Just cause things are really slow right now, but come December I will be posting a good bit more. If you guys are interested in my PC builds, I will be having a PC build video pretty soon. As you can see, I've got the Fractal North case, RTX 360 build, with a Ryzen 5 3600. So if you guys are interested in PC stuff, look out for that. That video's coming in, I'm gonna say, end of November. Because I like to sell the PCs before I actually post it, which can take 1 to 2 weeks. So, yeah. So that video is coming out pretty soon. I might have more vlog content coming pretty soon. If you guys are interested in that, thank you for the last person who stayed. So yeah, guys, you guys have a good one. Look out for more stuff. I will be streaming next month probably. So see you guys.